The Republican attack machine has officially been fired up since their crushing victory in the last election. There's a report out today in The Hill, and it says, quote, Senate Republicans are gearing up for a war against the Obama administration's environmental rules, identifying them as a top target when they take control in January. They continue, the GOP sees the midterm elections as a mandate, of course they do, to roll back rules from the Environmental Protection Agency and other agencies. So what does this mean? Well, it means that the comprehensive new pollution rules that Obama announced recently, and they were pretty good, now they are under attack. Quote, Republican lawmakers are planning an all-out assault on Obama's environmental agenda, including rules on mercury and other air toxics from power plants, limits on ground-level ozone that cause smog, mountaintop mining restrictions, and the EPA's attempt to redefine its jurisdiction over streams and ponds. Now, let's take a moment and remember what those rules actually do so we know what the GOP is trying to strike down. Quote, by 2020, this is according to the rules, states will have to drop their carbon emissions from existing power plants 25% from 2005 levels. By 2030, according to the proposed rule, those emissions will have to drop another 5% to 30%. It amounts to roughly 300 million tons of annual CO2 reduction. That's not it, though. The EPA also said it would avoid up to 6,600 premature deaths, and 150,000 asthma attacks in children. When you lower CO2 emissions from coal-fired power plants, you also lower the emissions of other pollutants like nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, mercury, and sulfur dioxide. So, that's what the rules do. The rules are overwhelmingly positive. The rules, again, roughly 300 million tons of annual CO2 emissions would be reduced. That's a huge win. That's a big slap in the face to climate change. That's very, very positive. In fact, in my opinion, it's one of the best things Obama's done since he's been in office. The Republicans are like, no, we're going to come for that and we're going to destroy that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Jesus Louises, what have we gotten ourselves into, man? I mean, the last election, every aspect of the last election pisses me off. From the fact that progressives did not get out and vote, 67% of senior citizens voted. Only 30% of people under the age of 30 voted. Well, that's why you lost right there. I mean, not only that, also, let's face it, the Republicans did gerrymandering. We know they always do gerrymandering, and they did voter purging. This is something, I mean, it's Republican politics 101 now. Suppress the vote as much as possible. But that's not, look, we can't blame it all on that because it's not all the fault of that. It's also the fault of us for not getting out and voting. And it's the fault of the Democrats for not making a good message. And it's the fault of the media for not telling us the reality, for not giving us the facts all the time. Because if they gave us the facts all the time, then we would know that the Republicans are crazy people. And the Democrats, while they're still pretty bad, they're still fairly corrupt and they're not great. Well, they do a much better job than the other guys do. So, man, this is scary. Now, what would I do if I was President Obama? What would I do if I was the Democrats? And understand, again, this is an area where you have to give President Obama and the executive branch credit. There are many things I'm angry at him for, but when he passed these rules, no, fucking hats off, man. You did a great job. Maybe my rules would have been stronger, but this is smart. This is a good beginning. This is a step in the right direction. So credit where credit is due. He did the right thing. But what you should do now that these rules are under attack and the Republicans are coming for them is now you play politics. Now you do it the right way. Now you go out there on the Sunday shows, you go out there on the nightly news during the week, you go out there on MSNBC, CNN, even Fox News, fuck it. Go everywhere. You give speeches on the ground. Whatever you got to do, go do it. Do a presidential address from the Oval Office, whatever you got to do. You go out there and you say, these Republicans are trying to gut my overwhelmingly popular new environmental rules. Let me tell you what the consequences of that would be. There would be 6,600 more premature deaths in America. Say thank you to the Republicans for that. There would be 150,000 asthma attacks in children. This is what the Republicans want. Now, why do they want it? They want it because they want the factories to make more money. They want there to be no regulation on the polluters in America, the people that destroy our beautiful country. This is what you do. This is how you play politics. You go out there and you say, just letting everybody in America know the Republican Party is pro-pollutants like nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, mercury, and sulfur dioxide. If Mercury had a vote, it would vote Republican. This is what you say. And understand, you don't need to be 100% as aggressive as me. I know I'm wildly more aggressive than any Democrat that's out there today. But 50% of the aggression, 25% of the aggression, call them out, educate the American public. That's the only way they're going to know. The media is not doing their job, so you got to do the media's job for them and get the message out there. If you do that and you double down and you hammer them, they're going to run away from it. Because look, when you let everybody know, hey, they're really unpopular. This idea is really fucking stupid. I mean, it's so stupid. When you tell people that, what's going to happen? The polls are going to change. People are going to go, oh, wow, did we really vote for these guys? Oh, my God, that was so stupid. No, I don't want that. I don't want to get rid of the environmental regulations. And then the polls will change. This is how you play politics. This is how you win for the next election. But I doubt the Democrats will do it because they never do it.